Hey guys, today's December the 10th of 2018. I want to go over URA and uranium sector stocks using WD Gann price and time technical analysis. All right, guys, I just posted my uranium spot price analysis for December, and you can see that we're at some resistance. And now this is a video on the ETF URA, and we can see that the projection line has been pretty much working really well. The last video I did was on November 20th, maybe around here. And it showed that it was going to dip. Kind of dipped here. And there was going to be a top around the 1st or 3rd. It made a high on the 3rd. This one kind of came in on the 1st. And this is the forecast for the ETF and, maybe some of the stocks. For December. The year ends here. This is 1-1, and you can see that the projection line is projecting a low all the way down to the 15th, 16, 15, 16, maybe 14, somewhere around there. It could be a swing low. It should pop all the way to the 28th and then continue trending lower. This is the URA. We have a low here that we haven't violated yet, which is at 1152. And I got a couple of questions in regards to this projection line. This is something that is, I had to do a lot of homework and research to figure out the vibration of this URA, and this is the closest I got. And so far, this forecasting mechanism has been really, really crucial to my analysis. So it's keeping me on the right side of the trend. What's going on, and it's pretty much kind of dictating the future for me in regards to this instrument I'm watching. It's not lagging because it's telling me what's coming up ahead. So a lot of indicators are lagging. This is the RSI, so it looks like we lower high here, high. So it's kind of been, you draw a line, it's just been kind of trending lower. So we'll see. So if you have stocks, there's a lot of people saying, maybe tax season, whatever. Whatever it is, this is what I'm following. I don't care if anybody, people are coming out on podcasts and conferences and whatever. We need to get in, we need to buy, we need to do this, we need to do that. There's cycles, my friends. There's cycles. There's time always to buy. And there's always time to sell. Right now is the time to maybe just stand on the side and maybe get in when the time is right. I am bullish, but right now I won't be buying anything until I see that there's a bottom. And then the time to buy will be, in the future. Right now, this is projecting, and this could be wrong. I could be wrong, and the stocks could fly up and catch up to the uranium spot and the uranium futures. My last video, I said that there's a big disconnect between the stocks, uranium spot, and uranium futures. They are skyrocketing high, and everybody else is kind of stagnant. There's a few exceptions, and we're going to go over that. But I just wanted to show you the forecast for December. Keep an eye on December 14, 15, 16. Sometimes it comes early, if you want to scalp it. But if you have intentions to get in, also if you want to wait for the approval of the 232, and other stuff, that's your choice. But I'm just showing you what I'm seeing, the analysis I have, and this is what it's showing up. Then it should pop all the way to the 28th and then trend lower. And we'll see for next year. So I'm taking it a month at a time. So you can kind of see the analysis, the projection, and you could take it from there. Let's go into the analysis of the stock, CCJ. As you can see, this is the monthly. We're below the Kumo cloud. This is a chart I use to kind of get glance of what's going on with the stock. And it kind of gives me real quick what's going on. Monthly, you're kind of finding support at the 150 on the CCJ, but, you know, big term, still having issues. The big picture. Medium term, bullish. And when I say medium term, this is a weekly chart. So you're above the 50, the 20. So this is one of the stronger stocks. Obviously, it's Cameco. Right smack in the medium line of the linear regression. This is the value area high of 1224. So this is where there's a lot of resistance. This is the point of control. So this is where the battle is. And then this is the value area low. So if you wanted to buy on a dip that's coming up, this will probably be a good area to start scalping at that 938, or what is it? I can't see. Yeah, 938-ish around there. This level is kind of like a 50% level. That can be a nice little area right here. And it could get there, hopefully, if it doesn't violate the 50. And then if you get to the daily, you can see that we're kind of having a tough time trying to stay above the 50 and the 20. But still, you know, still bullish. You're above the cloud, so that's good. And you're above the value area high. You're kind of hovering above it right here. Let's go to DNN. So DNN, let's close this and let's look at. I have this under the Canadian. So, you know, big picture, very, very bearish. Medium picture, and when I say bearish, it's because it's below the cloud. It's kind of consolidating here. So it's at the bottom of the barrel. Medium picture, which is the weekly, you're kind of struggling over here. You know, it's this is a big level right here, that 5104, and I lost the value area high, and this is a point of control, and this is the value area low, 43 and 14. So it's pretty much cents we're dealing with here, but a lot of support here, so it's on the stronger side of things. If you go at the daily, it's ugly. I mean, I can't get open. I'm not happy. I can't. There we go. You're below the cloud, below the 50, below the 20, and this is kind of support, and you got the 200 right here. So that 52. So, you know, if you can't hold this, it's definitely going to go all the way to 47.52. And I won't cover all these other ones. These are smaller with low volume. We'll go now to BPH. Not going to cover a lot, just kind of the ones I watch here. So this one's interesting. BPH. You can see that it's in the cloud on the monthly. So I got a nice little first impulse wave, so that's good. It looks like maybe it's going to retrace back. You're in the cloud right here, so it's consolidating, but on the daily, you're below the cloud. So it's making higher highs and higher lows. It's kind of haven't made a new low here. And this is the value area, value area low right here, 44.99. So this one is kind of mixed. You know, short term, bearish, but medium term, consolidating and consolidating. So this one's not that bad either. I mean, this is a $44 stock, so. You know, it could retest this 50, 39.77, but it looks like everything is kind of like turning over. So that's my analysis on that. And then we got Rio. You can see that Rio is probably stronger than BHP. It looks like it's heading towards the 50, which is at 42.23. And this is good support, 41.39 right here. That's a good base to get in. On the weekly, you can see that, let's open this up a little more. On the weekly, you can see that it's below the cloud, below the 50, below the 20, and it's selling off. took out the point of control 47.39. There might be big players that play this stock, but it's on the weaker side now, and it's on the weaker side on the daily, below all the moving averages, below the cloud, which is kind of bearish. But monthly, this is your support. But everything is pointing down. So I wouldn't be a buyer of neither of these two. And let's go to the USA stocks I got. These are the ones I watch. So we'll start off with UEC, one of the ones I like. You can see that it's bearish. This 100, it's kind of holding it as support right now. 125, that's our dip. Selling signal on the monthly, on the weekly, and on the daily. So on the daily, you're below the cloud, moving averages, and on the weekly, you lost the cloud, you're below it, and you're below the point of control right here. So your support will be that 112, somewhere around there. So bearish right here could be a good opportunity to buy something really cheap at the dip. UUUU, this is a popular one, it seems. So this is kind of consolidating in the cloud, not that much data, so you can see the cloud is kind of not showing up. You're top of the linear regression channel, so you're at the top range. It'd be nice to buy it somewhere around here or when it comes down here. But medium term, bullish. So this is a strong one. Kind of reminds me of Cameco. Above the 50, but above the 20. Cloud is positive. You're above the value area high. And on the daily, so weekly is good. Bullish. On the daily, you're kind of 351. Yeah, so you're right here. So you're struggling to stay above the 20, the 50. All the moving averages are just kind of like banding together. So this thing is either going to pop to the upside or tank to the downside. But everything looks like its future on the cloud is showing kind of negative, but maybe turning now. So we'll see. There's a couple of levels for resistance, and there's a pivot here. But so far, this is strong. This is bullish. This is strong. Let's see how this behaves in this downturn. If it holds its stack and continues going higher. But UUUU, very strong. URA, you can see that we're below the cloud. We're below the cloud and moving averages on the weekly. Let's close this up. I know there's a lot of lines here. I think I got stuff mixed up here. And on the daily, we're below the cloud. So very, very weak sell signals on pretty much on all the time frames. So yeah, it's ugly. URA, the ETF, yeah, very ugly. Trying to hold this value area low, but it can't. It's right below it, 1209. So not looking good, URA. And let's see, URG, it's another one I watch. Below the cloud, kind of medium term here. Let's look at this weekly. There might be some other stocks I don't cover. This one, the future is looking a little bearish now, but, well, below the moving averages. The good thing is it's above the cloud, so it's kind of holding on the weekly. And it's kind of below the linear regression channel, so this could be kind of like some support here. And it's at the value area point of control, which is at 69.69. So right there, it's kind of battling right there, that zone. Let's look at the daily. For some reason, I can't get the daily to pop up really good. There we go. You're in the cloud, so you're kind of consolidating. You lost point of control, 73.51. This could be your value area low, anywhere between 65.98. So, and it's all below the moving averages. A lot of selling pressure. You do have a sell signal. So that's it for the stocks. These are the ones I watch. And then there's a new one. You should probably watch it on my uranium spot price video, the CAP, the Kazatomprom IPO. So in conclusion, I'm bullish, but not this month. Let's see when the 15 kicks in. And if we do get a pop, let's see how it behaves on the 28th. And if it can't hold and it turns lower, then January for 2018 should be interesting. And let's also see how the 232 petition pans out, if that's going to be the catalyst that's going to bring this market to start flying. But like I said, there's a big disconnect between stocks, uranium futures, and uranium spot. Something has to give. Either the stocks and the ETF are going to catch up to the spot and futures, or the spot and the uranium futures are going to tag, continue, and going to push lower to catch up to the stocks. One of them are going to give. Keep your eyes open. Watch your instrument that you trade. Put your stops. Don't give money back. And I'll keep you posted on my thoughts on the uranium sector.